Hello Indie fans! August closes off strong with a week of fantastic releases with a number of noted sequels and some long anticipated games, beginning with Nexomon Extinction. This very Pokemon-like monster taming RPG does not shy away from its inspiration, but does have enough differentiating factors to make it unique. For example, catching the Nexomon is a lot more involved, including factors like feeding the wild creature with its favourite food, as well as having a stamina system for attacks, and writing that is of a different tone. I love looking at the monster designs, so with over 300 of them, I'm excited to see what this has to offer. One curiosity this week is Moon, an anti-RPG originally released in Japan only in 1997, which never saw a Western release. From this trailer, it does seem to be like Undertale in more ways than one, so I'll leave you to it.
Players everywhere will be able to experience Moon. Welcome to Moon World, a retro game within a game. Here, the so-called hero kills innocent monsters, forever hungry for more experience points. But you can save the monsters' souls and gather love from all the inhabitants of Moon World. In Moon, you level up by loving, not fighting the monsters. Moon World is filled with a colorful cast of unique characters. By observing their daily lives, you'll learn where they hide their love and how you can unlock secrets. Your journey to find love and bring back the lost moonlight has begun. Now, please open the door.
The original Surgeon Simulator was a runaway success due to the crazy physics, even attracting a crossover with Valve, and is one of the earliest games that I remember having intentionally difficult controls, which led to chaos and mayhem. Seven years later, the sequel adds co-op, an actual narrative and story, and a proper game structure, but it does have the same sorts of crazy fun and sure looks like a laugh. If you enjoy tactics games, then Hero Hour's Contract will be of interest. Play as a trio of magical girls who are supposed to protect the city, but unfair and poor working conditions have pointed them on the road to fight for unionization. While it may have been born out of news articles on game industry working conditions, it is nonetheless an important message wrapped up with a candy-coloured aesthetic. If you're sick of playing as the benevolent god in god games, then Runearch will be of interest. A Rimbo-style colony sim, you instead play as an evil overlord and have to find ways to meddle with the inhabitants. The focus here is on the emergent stories, where you can go all hellfire and brimstone and launch molten rock at the civilization, or be more insidious and pit villagers against each other, such as gifting someone a Necronomicon and watching him become a powerful necromancer that terrorizes the village. The potential certainly is there for this to be on the same level as Rimworld, as it works through early access, which is why I'm interested in this.
Rock の時代は終わりよ。EDM がこのシティを支配してるの。
The Malaysia-made action-adventure game with rhythm elements, No Straight Roads also makes it to launch, and has a well-made trailer explaining the basics, so I'll hand you over.
What is No Straight Roads? No Straight Roads is the first game from Final Fantasy XV's One Husmer and Street Fighter V's Daim Xiaodin. It's a vibrant, music-inspired action-adventure that you can play alone or with a friend in local co-op. Playing as indie rock band duo Mayday and Zook, you'll lead the fight against NSR, a corrupt EDM empire that has taken control of Vinyl City, banning rock music and diverting its power to the city's elite. Throughout the campaign, you'll fight NSR's artists in epic boss battles for your musical freedom. Unlike normal action games, battles in No Straight Roads are infused with music. You can move freely and attack whenever you want, but there are fewer visual cues, meaning enemies will attack you to the beat of the music. But don't worry, after a while, the music will loop and attacks will repeat. So pay attention to the music and the enemy's attacks. Familiarizing yourself with the pattern and listening out for audio cues will be key to your success. As you progress, you'll unlock new moves and upgrades for your equipment. Using Mayday's guitar and Zook's drumsticks as your weapons, you can equip offensive and defensive special moves to defeat your enemies and make an awesome rock guitar combination. Your objective is to hijack concerts to reclaim your musical freedom, like Sayu, a digital idol who performs in a virtual underwater world, or Tenten, a pop-tastic robotic boy band. As you defeat each artist, you'll become the ruler of their district, unlocking access to new areas of Vinyl City. Explore the city to meet some of the characters who live there. They might have valuable information and tips to help you on your adventure. Collect power cells to help bring the city's electricity back online. Find new stickers to buff your weapons, and soak up the sights of Vinyl City's magnificent musical districts. So get ready to turn up the volume, start a rock band, and end the EDM empire when No Straight Roads launches on August 25th. The music revolution starts right now.
The theatre of war is a stage of many arts. Blood paints the true picture in the art of war. And an eternal conflict has taken center stage.
One for tactics and strategy game fans, Immortal Realms Vampire Wars has you leading a vampire clan to war against your brethren, and mixes in turn-based tactics deck-building combat with a larger 4x strategy layer and just looks awesome.
Tell me, what is the point of victory when all you can celebrate is the end of the world?
I do enjoy beat 'em ups, so Xing is of interest. play as ninjas, and cut up some demons in style. While I'm not the biggest fan of the art style and voice acting, it nonetheless does look fun, especially with a couple of friends.
Kara. Our story is whispered in the wind, preserved by the sea, moved by its currents. But the sea moves in ways you do not yet understand. Storms will rage, ships will burst asunder. You will find yourself lost and alone. The wind may guide you if you listen. You will face starvation and battle extraordinary beasts. Blessings will be bestowed upon you for your courage. You will become the warrior you were destined to be. The mysteries of these islands will test your will, and there will come a day when your spirit is on the edge of despair. Only then will you be ready to brave the storm.
Some of you rightfully pointed out that Windbound does look very much like Breath of the Wild, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but this survival action game simply looks fantastic.
The tides will turn, and you will be afraid. No more whispers, no more guidance, only fate.
Very excited about sharing Sheeple with you folks, since this is an interesting entry in my favourite genre, the Metroidvania. This has you exploring a strange planet with the goal of collecting and cataloguing the creatures that you find, but you're also able to transform into them and use their abilities to aid in your traversal. While there is no direct combat, this instead focuses on platforming, which is another unique facet, so for being one of the more cleverly designed titles, this takes the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos, and I will see you after the jump.